What's going on, guys? So we're back with a new video, and in today's one, DayZ 1.16 has just been released onto experimental. So in this one, they've added a few things, fixed a ton of things, they've changed some things as well, so let's go straight into it. They've added the Bison SMG. They've added a 64 round Bison magazine. And they've added an alarm clock. Not sure what the alarm clock does, we'll only have to wait and see. That's all they've added to the game for now, but they have fixed an absolute ton of things, so let's start going through them. Players sometimes stepping forward during melee combat with a close target while only intended for far targets. Fireplaces wouldn't properly disappear if the last attachment was removed where stones or a tripod. It was possible to detach the tripod from the fireplace while the pot was attached. Place UI element would show up falsely when pointing at an indoor fireplace with selected consumables. Dead chicken couldn't be buried after being picked up and dropped. Fire mode of the revolver was changing during shooting. Shock was not decreasing when swimming backwards sideways with broken legs. Moving with broken legs while crouched could deal an unsteady amounts of shock damage. Infected and players would not show the plus symbol in the inventory view when they had only items as attachments. Dug up items were levitating above the ground. Client error when detaching items to from the tripwire trap. In specific cases, the tripwire trap did not display its attachment slot. Smoke from a ruined car engine was only displayed for the driver. Attacking with animal carcasses could cause blood particles and knife slashing sounds. The inventory of the Sarka 120 was accessible through its engine rather than the trunk. The player could be desynced if their legs were broken during an action. The player could be desynced if their legs were broken while swapping items. Locked indoor stoves could not be opened by force. Interrupting two-handed animations by dropping the tool could freeze the character. Infected were able to climb fences with barbed wire on top. The UI of a deployed landmine could be seen when holding another landmine in hands. Shooting on back after kicking would play the kick animation after each shot. Hitting the back of players' heads would hit the brain instead of the head. Sounds of disease symptoms of another player would be played from the wrong position. Fixed several inconsistencies when it came to bullet penetration of objects. The combination lock would play a sound while in the hands without being actively used. The light source of a head torch was in the wrong position. Fixed an exploit for extended melee hit distance. The flame of the gas stove was slightly clipping through the frying pan. Slightly improved twisted wrists when holding certain items. Several headgear items were clipping through the female survivor introduced in 1.15. Fixed a typographic error on the 1PN51 scope. Infected had bad collisions while crawling. It was possible to hit players inside of a vehicle with melee from the opposite side. Wolves could injure players inside vehicles. It was possible to survive without any food at all by only drinking water. Some localized settings weren't fully displayed. It was possible to place landmines under train tracks. Names of vehicle parts were not present when the car became ruined. Traps were not reacting to vehicles. It was possible to destroy the fence frame before the actual wall. Adjusted certain structures to prevent exploits. Fixed a badly reflecting window at the yellow brick military building. Some items could not be picked up off the Northwest Airfield construction site. It was possible to bury corpses inside of buildings. FOV settings were not saved upon reconnect. Spawn points for server switching were not functioning as intended. Sounds of flies were present after the body had despawned. Adjusted misleading description of the codeine tablets. So that's a lot of stuff they have fixed. A lot of small little fixes there that needed to be done and have now been fixed. They've also went on and changed quite a bit of stuff as well, so let's go through that. Increase the threshold for terrain clipping, allowing easier placement of building objects on the ground. It's no longer possible to bury ruined items. Consuming charcoal has no effect when another charcoal is already active in the player's body. Increased energy and water given by mushrooms. Some jackets can now be turned into rags similar to their pants counterpart. Removed action to take fireplace from the fire barrel. Crafting an item using metal wire will produce an item with the same health as the metal wire used. First aid kits and teddy bears can now be repaired with the sewing kits. Protector cases and ammo boxes can now be repaired with epoxy putty. The gas stove now emits light when active. The pickaxe can now be used to bury things and bodies. Duct tape can now be utilized to craft a splint. Hit the UI element showing car parts of the car while sitting inside. Slightly reduce the penetration value of 5.56 ammunition to match other bullets. Reduce the range of the thermometer results. Rotated the electrical repair kit in the inventory to show from the front. Reduce inventory size of the pumpkin and pumpkin slices for consistency. Bear traps now don't kill infected, they just break their legs. Damaging a tent now also damages items stored inside. Adjusted damage zone selections of vehicles. Bloody hands no longer make the character sick while drinking from containers. Red and orange armbands were looking too similar in certain lighting. Tweaked the mid-air appearance of tracer bullets. Renamed folding buttstocks to lightweight. And that is everything they have changed in this update as well. Quite a lot of stuff have changed. Some interesting things as well with tents being changed and stuff. It's going to be interesting to see how all that plays out. They have done some server-side changing stuff as well. They've added, fixed and changed some stuff from modding as well. I'm not going to go through those things as I don't really understand them. There is some known issues as well. Fully consuming an item assigned to the quick bar while the quick bar is hidden might cause a bug with the quick bar. And there is an issue with attaching an item from hands with an item in the shoulder slots. So there are two issues there. They do know about them and they will be working on them. So I assume they will be fixed for stable version. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this update so far. I assume there might be more stuff added or tweaked, you know, in the coming weeks as well. The Bison is looking really, really interesting. Glad to see we've gotten a new SMG. I will be live later on this evening as well, and we will be going searching for the Bison and hopefully getting into a bit of PvP with it. And we'll have to search for an alarm clock as well and see what it does, because that is also quite interesting. Not sure what that is actually going to do. But yeah, until then, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below, and I should catch you guys later. So, peace out for now.